I was sitting alone in my small apartment on a rainy Thursday night. The rent was due, the fridge was nearly empty, and my bank account had just $42 in it. I had 2 jobs, no vacations, and a growing fear that I'd never get ahead in life. That night, I searched online, how to build wealth with a low income. A video popped up, some guy named Dave Ramsey yelling, "Live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else." At first, I laughed. Who was this guy? But something about the way he talked made sense. He wasn't promising luxury. He was talking about freedom. No debt. No stress. And for the first time, I thought, maybe I don't need to make 6 figures to feel rich. Maybe I just need a plan. That's the moment everything changed. Dave Ramsey is a personal finance expert from the United States. In his 20s, he became a millionaire through real estate, but then lost everything and filed for bankruptcy. Instead of giving up, he learned how money really works and started teaching others. He created a plan called the Baby Steps to help people get out of debt, save money, and build wealth. He's known for his tough love, straight talk, and saying things like, "Live like no one else now, so you can live like no one else later." Today, millions follow his advice through books, podcasts, and his Financial Peace University. His message is simple: avoid debt, budget your money, and take control of your future, no matter your income. 1. My financial reality check. At the time, I wasn't drowning in debt, but I wasn't doing well either. I made around $38,000 a year, which didn't go far in my city. Rent took up half of my paycheck. I didn't have a car payment or student loans, but I also had no savings. I was living paycheck to paycheck. If an emergency happened, like my laptop dying or a medical bill, I had no backup. I used credit cards for just-in-case moments, but they only made things worse. I felt stuck, like I was always behind no matter how hard I worked. I wasn't lazy or careless. I just never learned how to manage money. No one taught me about budgeting, emergency funds, or long-term goals. I thought you needed a high-paying job to build wealth. But after listening to Dave Ramsey, I realized something. I didn't need more money. I needed a better plan. That was the moment I decided to take control of my finances, even if I didn't earn a lot. I didn't know it yet, but that YouTube search was about to change everything. 2. How I applied the Ramsey plan with modern tweaks. Dave Ramsey teaches something called the Baby Steps. It's a simple plan to help people save money, get out of debt, and build wealth. I didn't follow it perfectly, but I used his ideas and added my own twists to make it work for my life in 2025. Step 1. Save $1,000 for emergencies. Dave says the first thing you should do is save $1,000 as fast as possible. I didn't have that kind of money sitting around, so I made some quick changes. I sold my old PlayStation 5, paused my Netflix account, and took a few weekend pet-sitting jobs using an app. In just 18 days, I had my emergency fund. Step 2. Pay off debt using the snowball method. I didn't have big debts, but I used the snowball idea in a different way. I looked at all my small monthly expenses and cut what I didn't need. I canceled Spotify, a gym membership I never used, and some shopping apps. That freed up about $65 a month. I used that money to build more savings. Step 3. Save 3 to 6 months of expenses. Once I had $1,000 saved, I worked toward a bigger goal, an emergency fund that could cover several months of bills. I opened a high-yield savings account. It gives more interest than a regular one, and created separate buckets inside it. One for rent, one for food, one for car repairs. Naming each part made it easier not to spend the money. Step 4. Start investing. Dave recommends putting 15% of your income into retirement. I couldn't do that much yet, but I started with 12%. I used a simple investing app and opened a Roth IRA. I didn't pick fancy stocks, just low-cost index funds. As I earned more, I increased the amount. My modern tweaks. I used technology to make everything easier. I set up automatic transfers, used budgeting apps, and even got daily money reminders on my phone. Instead of doing everything on paper like Dave suggests, I made it digital and fun. In the end, I didn't follow every rule exactly, but I stayed focused on the goal: control my money, stop feeling broke, and slowly build wealth without needing a 6-figure salary. 3. The psychology shift that made it work. The biggest change wasn't just in my bank account, it was in my mind. Before I started this journey, I believed that only rich people could save money or invest. I thought I had to wait until I made more money to take my finances seriously. But Dave Ramsey's plan helped me think differently. It wasn't about how much I earned, it was about how I managed what I had. I started making choices based on goals, not feelings. I stopped spending just to feel better or keep up with friends. I learned that money is emotional. Sometimes we spend to feel less stressed or to avoid thinking about our problems. But when I created a plan and stuck to it, I felt more confident. I wasn't afraid to check my bank account anymore. One powerful change was how I spoke to myself. I stopped saying, "I'll never be good with money," and started saying, "I'm learning to build wealth." That small shift helped me stay motivated, even when things were slow. I didn't become rich overnight, but I felt in control. And that peace of mind was worth more than any expensive item I used to buy. 4. My modern Ramsey-inspired money hacks. Dave Ramsey's advice is strong, but it's also a bit old school. He's not a fan of apps, credit cards, or modern tech tools. But I live in 2025, and I needed to use what works for me now. So I took the heart of his message, be smart with money, and mixed it with today's tools. Here are my favorite modern money hacks that still follow the Ramsey spirit. 1. Budget bots and AI helpers. Instead of using paper and pencil, I used a free budgeting app powered by AI. It tracked every dollar I spent and gave me alerts when I was close to overspending. It even helped me plan my weekly groceries and monthly bills. It felt like having a free financial coach in my pocket. 2. Smarter side hustles. Dave talks about working extra to pay off debt. I didn't want to deliver food or drive all night. Instead, I flipped old furniture and thrifted clothes online. I made $800 in just a few months by reselling things on Facebook Marketplace and local apps. 3. Accountability group chat. Saving money alone is tough. So I made a group chat with 2 close friends. We challenged each other to no-spend weekends and shared screenshots of our progress. We celebrated small wins, like making coffee at home instead of buying it. 4. Gamify your goals. I downloaded an app that gave me digital rewards and points for every no-spend day. It sounds silly, but it made saving feel like a game. The more days I skipped fast food or impulse buys, the more points I earned, and I could see my progress grow. 5. Financial fasts. 4 times a year, I did a money fast. For 1 month, I only spent on needs, rent, food, bills. No extras, no shopping, no takeout. These months helped reset my habits and saved me over $1,400 last year alone. These hacks aren't in Dave's book, but they follow the same rule. Be intentional. I didn't earn more, I just used smarter tools to keep more. Dave Ramsey's plan helped me a lot, but I don't agree with everything he says. For example, he doesn't believe in having a credit score. He says you don't need one if you pay with cash and never borrow money. But in today's world, that's hard. You need a good credit score to rent an apartment, get a phone plan, or even apply for some jobs. So I use a secured credit card for small purchases and pay it off in full every month. My credit score is now over 780, and I never pay interest. Also, Dave only talks about mutual funds for investing. I prefer low-cost index funds and ETFs because they're easier and cheaper to manage. I think balance is key. Today, I still don't make 6 figures, but my money works better than ever. I have 6 months of living expenses saved, no debt, and I'm investing every month in my Roth IRA. I no longer feel stressed when bills come in or when an unexpected cost pops up. I even sleep better at night. My next goal is to buy a small duplex and rent out one side. That way, the rent from my tenant can help cover my mortgage. It's called house hacking, and I've been learning about it from podcasts and books. I'm not trying to be flashy or rich overnight. I want the kind of freedom stealth wealth promises: peace, options, and control over my time, and one day starting my own small business. I'm building wealth slowly and simply, and it feels amazing. You don't need a big paycheck to build wealth. What matters most is how you use the money you already have. I used to think I was too broke to save or invest, but I just needed a plan and a mindset shift. Dave Ramsey's advice gave me the push, and I made it work for my life today. If you're willing to be honest with yourself, stay focused, and take small steps, your money will grow, even on a small income. Wealth isn't about luck. It's about being intentional. Want to learn how real people are building quiet wealth and achieving financial success? Then watch this video next. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.